Hello and welcome to the new video. If this is your first time here, my name is Hannah and today I wanted to share with you all the books that I bought in March. Right, so the time has come for you to witness how I literally need to get my shit together. I have to say, last month I was a little bit overwhelmed by the amount of books stacked on my bedroom floor, and I promised myself I will do better in March, and in a way I did, because I've managed to purchase less book than the days of the month. In February I think I bought 31 books, and February I had what, 28 days, and this month I ended up with 27 books, and March has 31 days, so it's not that bad.
That's what she said.
I have books that I have purchased from the charity shops or used ones from Vinted. I have some new books, I have some pre-orders, and some of these books are also my hauls from Abominable book club. Also, I have read some of these books already, so I don't feel that guilty. I think we'll start with the books that I got from Abominable book club, because I literally just recorded that video, so I'm just going to show you quickly and then we can skip and move over to the next part. So book number one is James Herbert Haunted. I actually read this book in the past, but I haven't got a copy, so it would be nice to have my own copy. This is a used book. Then we have a horror book by David Barnett, Scuttless Cove, and this is happening in Cornwall in England. I always find books that are set in the UK very interesting, even so when it is a horror book, so I can't wait to read that. And the third book from Abominable book club this month is Eric LaRocca, At Night I Become Loathsome, and this is a novella, horror novella. I actually haven't read from Eric LaRocca before, but this was on my want to read list, so I'm excited for that one. And then we have a couple of pre-orders that I have ordered in the past, and they have arrived in March, and this is Suzanne Collins' A Sunrise on the Reaping, and I don't know what it is about this title, it just doesn't sit with me. I keep thinking Sunrise at the Reaping, I don't know, it's a very strange title. It's a bit shorter than Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes. In this one we follow Hamish's story. In the original trilogy, Hamish was the one that was kind of like training Katniss and Peter when they were going for their Hunger Games. I'm very excited for this one. I think I'm going to put it on my priority reading list, so yeah, I'm super excited for this one. My next pre-order is Faithbreaker by Hannah Kana, and this is the last book in the trilogy in whatever this trilogy is called, I have no idea, but the first one was the God Killer and the second one was the Sunbringer. I liked the God Killer a little bit better, but because I have read both of them and I have both of the copies, I wanted to also have the Faithbreaker. Oh, we actually have really nice end papers here in this book. So Faithbreaker will go on my priority TBR because I want to be caught up with this series, and yeah, that's that one. And then I have ordered few books from Waterstones because they were doing double points, and I thought to myself, any excuse is better than no excuse, right? And the first one is Deep End by Ali Hazelwood. I still haven't read any of the Ali Hazelwood's books, but I do have them all, I think, apart from one. I'm not sure, but this is a sports romance, and now having a reading The Favorites by Lane Fargo, I'm loving that sports romance vibe. So yeah, I did order Deep End as well. And then I have also ordered Warm Hands of Ghosts, and this is kind of like a historical fantasy that is happening during or after the First War yeah, this is all I know about it. A lot of people rave about this book, so I want to read that as well. And then we have The Women by Kristen Hanna, and I think this is also historical fiction. I believe I have read The Nightingale. I have read other books by Kristen Hanna. Nightingale, I think, is the book that people recognize the most, but yeah, I do enjoy Kristen Hanna's writing. I think the last one I have read by her was Four Winds. Very interesting read, and yeah, I literally cannot wait to read this one as well. And then the last one I have from Waterstones is A Fate Inked in Blood, and I know a lot of people kind of have like mixed feelings and mixed opinions about this book, but I do want to explore it because I was always fascinated by the Scandinavian mythology and anything that happens in Scandinavia, like Viking vibes. Yeah, I love it. One of my favorite series is the Vikings and the Last Kingdom, so I will swallow anything that it's kind of like set in those times. And yeah, I'm expecting a good time with this book. And then I have a couple of books that I have read, actually 3 books that I have read already, and if you have watched my recent vlogs you will probably know, and these are PTSD Radio, and this is a series of manga stories. So yeah, I have read all 3 of them. I loved the illustrations in this series, and yeah, I think having read this series led me to my other purchase, Uzumaki by Junji Ito. I'm hoping I'm pronouncing this name correctly. So again, this is a Japanese horror and horror manga graphic novel. This is a really, really big book of illustrations, and yeah, it's something to do with like spirals. But this is all I know about this. There you go. This is all I know about this. This is another horror manga, and people are raving about this one as well. And I managed to grab this one on Vinted for literally half the price of the new book. And it's a nice solid hardback as well. So I'm very, very happy about that one. And then moving on from Vinted to all the used books that I have bought. Actually, I haven't bought all of them. This one I borrowed. I borrowed this book from work. At work, sometimes we have these trolleys where people can leave books for other people to read. It's kind of like a work library, but yeah, you can borrow a book like wherever you read it, just bring it back, replace it or whatever. So I saw that one, Zombie Apocalypse by Stephen Jones, and it reminded me a little bit of Max Brooks's World War Z. Very similar format. So it's kind of like a collection of letters, reports, emails and stuff like that. And this is the reason I picked it up, because it reminded me so much of World War Z by Max Brooks, and I absolutely love that book. I have a feeling that this one is going to have a very similar vibe. So I haven't read from this author before, so I am curious. And then I have a few books from charity shops. I have Treasure Island by Robert Louis Stevenson, and this is a collector's edition. So this is the only reason I picked it up, because it said it's a collector's edition, and I don't know, maybe I want to have a book like this on my shelf for the future. Maybe when I have grandkids and I'll be reading them stories, you know, who knows. And then I also picked up Darling Girls by Sally Hepworth, and I think I have this on Kindle, but yeah, I saw that in the charity shop, so I had to pick it up. I think it was only like 50 pence or something like that, so it would be a sin not to pick it up, in my opinion. It's for a good cause. And then the other books I picked up from the charity shops is Wayward by Emilia Hart, and that was on my want to read list for a long time. This is a witchy book. I never wanted to buy it new because I wasn't sure if I liked the story, but I think I bought this in the same charity shop, and they had like buy one get one free offer, and which I think is ridiculous, because if the book costs like 50 pence or £1, it's like I always want to give them more money, but they never want to take more money because this is what the price is. So yeah, I also picked up The Beholders, and this actually is an arc. So technically it shouldn't be sold, but it ended up in a charity shop, and I had to get it. I couldn't just walk past it and leave it on a shelf. And then the last book, used book that I have, and I actually don't know how. I don't know if I bought it and just left it at Jason's. I can't remember, but it is A Hex by Thomas Olde. It is Hex by Thomas Olde Huevelt. I have no idea. Huevelt. Anyway, it's another witchy book, witchy horror book. And yeah, Jason just one day turned up with this book, and he said he found it in his house. And I'm like, well, I can remember leaving it there. I know I wanted to read it, but I can't remember leaving it there. So I don't know where you got it from. But yeah, he brought it. So yeah, he redeemed himself. And then I have a selection of books that I purchased new. One of them is from a supermarket. It is Deep Cuts by Holly Brickley. And if I remember correctly, this is like a music romance or something like that. So maybe Daisy Jones and the Six Vibes. I am not sure. I know it's something to do with music for sure. I don't know if it's a romance or if it's a horror book or it's a thriller. I actually have no idea. And now I have a selection of books that I will blame Books of Amber for. I was watching her book haul, and in her book haul she mentioned she bought these books because apparently these covers are going out of print. And I have read the first book in a series. I had the best time ever, and one of my goals was to have an entire collection of these books and to read them all. Amber warned me that these covers are going out of print, and I'm like, I love these covers. So I searched high and low, but I managed to get them all with all matching covers, and I couldn't be happier. The series that I'm talking about is Murderbot Diaries by Martha Wells. This is book 1, All Systems Red, and I actually read it last year, and I had the best flipping time ever. In no specific order, we have All Systems Red, Artificial Condition, Systems Collapse, Rogue Protocol, Exit Strategy, Fugitive Telemetry, and Network Effect. Get ready for ASMR. Yeah. So yeah, I blame Amber for this. Now I know that I'm gonna have these stunning covers, and then I can have them on my bookshelf as my trophies as well. Like the rest of the books that I have. And yeah, I will definitely read them when I have no clue, but one day. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to like this video if you think I have lost all my marbles. Let me know in the comments if you have read any of these books. And in the meantime, if you want to see the books that I have bought last month, check the video now on the screen. For now, I thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye!